All right, this is good going. How are y'all doing? Oh, this is not going to show the screen, is it? Does it's a zomboid? There we go. Perfect. Yeah, howdy, people. I said I was going to play Rosna today. I was going to play Rosna today. I need to do farming, though. I am up and ready to farm. I need to go do bee stuff. Connor messaged saying that he needed wax, and I said yes. Henry and Zomboid, did you kill Wonton already? Ooh, you missed Winston's death. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, about that one. It was cinematic. So we found the really nice, cool new base. We found the new base. I think you saw that. We went back. We told everybody about it. They all went, oh, that sounds really cool. So we rounded up everything into medical bags and normal bags and duffel bags. And we just loaded bags and bags and bags and bags and bags of stuff. I don't know why I got this car. I got the wrong car. Do we have wax? No, we don't. What is the order for? 60 wax. Okay. So yeah, we all loaded up. It took multiple vans. We loaded up all of the vans, started convoying, and the convoy did not go well at all. I think 4 people died on the convoy. We were trying to clear the way for some of the cars behind us. But instead what ended up happening is, because we were trying to clear the way, our engine started getting bad, and then we hit a horde. And some people were so much slower than the others. Oh, I have keys to this. I 100% remember being given keys to that. Winston mentioned his vehicle was out. I think his vehicle's still out there. I don't even remember what it had in it. But there's a bunch, like, we need to go back and collect a bunch of stuff. But it's deadly. And Henry is alive. At least this version of Henry. I can see when the convoy was slowly through the CPU usage of the server. Why did it suddenly have like huge CPU usage because of the amount of zombies I had to render in or something? Put that in there, put that in there. Checks for moving cars. Aye. Yeah, no, so Henry's died. Henry died what? Henry's first death was really odd. So we did get bitten. And then within the same in-game day, I got to the camp and I was like, I've been bitten. And Choi went, ooh, yeah, well, let's just put a bandage on that. And you're gonna need a snootable. I went, what? But we caught it so early. Surely there's something else we could do to this bitten hand. Because it's just a hand. Or forearm even. Because I'm feeling really nauseous. She was like, nope, just a snootable. I went, oh, damn. It'd be real handy if she knew that she could cut my arm off and save me from this awful pet death. She went, no, you gotta go get a snootable. And I was like, well, this is a pain in the ass because, like, and it's not Troy's fault, but it's mostly a pain in the ass because, it was a desync bite. Like, I jumped over a fence. I started I'd walked away from the fence. I was like 2 steps away from the fence. And then I got bitten by the zombie on the other side of the fence. And I was like, what? It's like, whatever. Okay, you know, it is what it is. It's fine. I'll just roll with it. And then got to the camp. And then usually it's 48 hours and you start getting fucked up. Within 24 hours, he was to the verge of death. Like, I left the camp feeling slightly nauseous. By the time we got to the town, which is a 2-minute walk, he was, like, on death's door, sick. He got sick so much faster than anybody else, and I don't know why. I don't know if I don't think I took a trait, like thin skin or anything like that. And then we found a load of zombies, and because he was so sick, he wasn't able to run. So I just walked. And walked and walked. And they couldn't bite me because I was faster than them whilst walking. Like, every time they would try to bite me, I would, like, they would lunge, but that would slow them down so they wouldn't be able to grab me. I hate the pockets. I hate the pockets so much. Walk is all you need to do to get away from zombies. Yeah. Except for, like, they couldn't... Please, for the love of God. Thank you. I couldn't really do anything, so I just kept walking and walking and walking, and then, like, they would try and bite me, and then I'd walk and walk and walk, and they'd try and bite me, and then I'd walk and walk and walk, and they'd try and bite me, and it was just like, I wasn't going anywhere. And I was just slowly dying from the infection. So eventually he just succumbed to his injuries, and I was like, that was kind of a bullshit way of doing it. Because, like, I would have escaped the horde if it wasn't for the fact that, you know, all of that happened. Actually, wait, did he only die once? What is wrong with the fucking pocket? Bro! The Angela gameplay, I haven't seen it yet. I actually haven't seen it yet. So then I decided, all right, I'll just remake Henry, get him to come back into town. I started him missing a left arm with a prosthetic. Wait, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay, I have 60. Indigo asked if you... Indigo also died. Indigo actually got fucking mauled. I watched Indigo get fucking mauled. Then she ran off, and I had to message her and ask if she died, and she was like, yeah, I did not make it. So I brought Henry back with one arm. Oh wait, DJ, you might be able to answer this. So it's 48 hours until you start feeling the effects of infection? Or the infection starts taking place? Or 48 hours for you to die from the infection? You have probably one of the best pings to the server. Yeah. Well, I mean, we were all having, like, VoIP issues last night as well. Server occasionally has minor lags. It is what it is. So I brought back Henry, yeah, with no left arm, with a prosthetic. I then went back to where he originally died, killed about 50 zombies to finally find his body, which is in the middle of a horde. Spent a good, like, hour running around killing zombies until I finally got him, and then got all of my stuff back. Took a bunch of scratches on it. I don't know about the times with infections. I would need to do some research. Yeah. Let me check these frames. That one's got honey. So we got 10, 20, 30, 32. $10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. Perfect. Queen bee. I think you can make it quicker or slower. Yeah, I think he's definitely changed it. He keeps telling me it's 48 hours, but I don't know if it's 48 hours until you start feeling the effects, or 48 hours until you're dead. Like, I'm trying to think. Sean got bitten and did not die that fast. And Sean had worse bites. And then last night was crazy. Right before I went to bed. So we lost another Bayou character. At least I know OOC we did. I don't actually know what happened. This one, yeah. So Indigo and Tyler were both bitten, and we only had one snootable, so we gave it to Tyler. We then ran off to go find another one for Indigo. And we went all the way south. We were checking fields, we were checking everywhere, and we could not find one. Finally found Henry started referring to them as Johnnies because they wear condoms, as in they're dressed in a full protective suit, hazmat suit. We went running, found one. It didn't have one on them, so we kept looking, kept going south. Found another one. It was in the middle of a horde. We tried to get into it, and we were like, this really isn't working. It was a narrow roadway, dirt path with trees on either side, and we were both like, this is really dangerous. So we skipped it. We were like, no, fuck this. This isn't worth it. We kept going down the road. We found another one that was more acceptable. Killed it. It had one on them. Perfect. We got back in the car. Then Franklin, who's Bio's character, turned around. He U-turned and went back the way we came on this narrow dirt road. And I went, ooh, this doesn't feel like a good idea, but I don't really know. And then we re-encountered the previous horde. We're running over them, and I say to him, I'm like, so, how's the engine looking? And he goes, oh, it's red. Oh, it's dead. Get out. And I went, what? And he jumps out the car and just starts running. And I'm like, what? I look, and there's like 70 zombies right next to where I am. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm dead. There's no way I'm making it out of this. I jump out of the car. I swan dive because I just sprint, which just, like, and he trips over. Swan dive through a horde of them. And then just start running. Realize I'm bleeding. He scratched his thigh. And there's so many behind me. You can't walk and bandage your thighs because it's obviously your leg. So you have to like stop. So I was struggling to do anything. So I eventually managed to let me grab some more of these. Eventually managed to like get enough distance to get a bandage out of a bag and then bandage myself. And I kept running, and I was following all these zombies that were running north. The hive has been pacified. That was real quick. Nice. And then eventually I just ran all the way home. Took ages. Scratched himself a second time on a tree. So he managed to swan dive through 70 zombies, and all he did was scratch his thigh on the pavement and his chest on a tree. Random spawns Moldra would be closer. Ah. Let me do the Oliver. Bean machine.
The person you are trying to reach is unavailable.
Mojo should be the city right to the Lake of Ivy. Honestly, Lake Ivy's fucking... It's a death trap. It's an absolute death trap. It's such a nice modded area. It is. It's so good, but it is an absolute death trap. What about Ivy? On Zomboid, the place we're at is Lake Ivy. Bro, how is this inventory system this slow? Still. Sounds about right. It being a death trap? That's crazy. I'm still waiting on 2. It's Beast and Walker, yeah. Norman Bones and zombies? Okay, well, you know, Winston died with 7 other people. 6 other people? 5 other people? We know V died. Bayou's character died. Who else died? Mitchell's died. That's 3. Edda died. Edda died afterwards. Four? I think there was more than that. Edda died 2 roads from the camp. No, I think she died in the camp, didn't she? Because she was saying in the Discord. She was saying in the Discord she was really happy because she managed to... She managed to make it back. And then Henry got the 6th because I was looking for a way. I didn't want to just walk there because it's kind of out the way. So I went up north from the lumber camp, eventually walked all the way until I got to the point where I found abandoned cars with lights on and stuff. And then I followed the row of bodies and the lights car. I found our convoy. And next to one of the convoys, I found a body. And it was one of our players. And I don't remember what their name was. And I checked their stuff. I didn't think they had anything that I really could use at that time. So I put their body in the passenger seat of that van and then moved on. And then when I got back, they brought that van with them. It's funny, but it's the one recognizable grave. It's true, yeah. I don't know who any of the others are. One of them's unmarked. They've now cut through all the way to the river and they've started building a walkway. They're going to call it the Walker Walkway. Man, you know how we talk about how it takes a whole lifetime for one bee to make 1 teaspoon of honey? Imagine telling all of these bees that we're taking all of their honey that has taken them a lifetime to make, and then I'm throwing it in the bin because it's so fucking worthless. I think one had an axe on it, then someone just took it. That's crazy. We have so many axes. Oh, that was the one thing. We managed to get so many wood axes. We got so many wood axes. I'm pretty sure they took it because the person in the graves was supposedly themselves. Mara's player died, but she made the same character. I think a couple of people... Oh, yeah, Mara died in the convoy as well. Chiwa? Oh my god, I don't remember how Chiwa sounds. Chiwa would be the ultimate troll character, though. It was not Mara, it was Mara's wife, Ruby. Yeah. Because I think, yeah, a couple of people have been buried prematurely. Because obviously Dunn knows when people have died. But just because they've died doesn't mean that people are with them. So, like... Henry and Thomas were talking last night, and he was like, "Oh, what's your last name, by the way?" He's like, "Oh, it's Rosner." And he's like, "You got any family?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm here looking for my granddad, Joe." And he's like, "Ooh, I got bad news for you." And we're like, "Oh?" And he's like, "Yeah, he was here, and then he went out, and then yeah, we think he's dead." And you're like, "You think?" And he's like, "Yeah, well, we never actually found the body." And I was like, "That's crazy, considering he died right outside the building. That's fucking crazy. He was literally right next to the building. He died outside the police station. He was so fucking close. I don't know how they didn't find the body. But they didn't find the body, so I went, well, probably means he's not dead then. Right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yep, that makes sense. I will make. Yeah, I'll make Joe again next. If they didn't find the body and they didn't bury him, I regard that as him not dead. But you know what? Yeah, you say that. Do you know what Henry's done? Henry's claustrophobic because I've made him a camper and he hates inside. It's like all of his skills are basically trapping, hunting, camping, just outdoorsy stuff. So all of the rooms basically in the whole building he can't stand. It gives him headaches and it makes him super panicked because they're too small. So what I do is I've got him in the church. I put a tent in the church and he now sleeps in the church instead. Because it's the only room that's big enough that he doesn't fucking have a panic attack being in. I was wondering why there was a fucking tent in there. Yeah, it's the only place that doesn't give him panic attacks because he's got the claustrophobia trait, which is funny as fuck. Yeah, these are the last ones. Last 5. Okay. God. So anything to discuss about Winston on Onyx? I really don't think so. Last time we were around, we went hunting for DD. Couldn't find them. They sent us creepy mess. Well, they didn't send us. They sent Kiki a creepy message being like, "Oh, I see all your friends." And we went, "Okay, cool." Winston has text DD. DD doesn't respond. They only text Kiki. So no such luck in getting anything that way. Winston and Sydney then had a big chat, and Winston was just like clearly they actually have had opportunities to kill Kiki, because Kiki seems to be alone every now and then. It's a really weird thing to roleplay out, by the way. Like, it's such a hard opportunity to like, how do you roleplay out giving someone the opportunity to kidnap you for the roleplay whilst also being scared of getting kidnapped? Like, how do you do that? Because Rainbow's obviously given them the chance to do it. To which everybody around her kind of just has to go, well, you're being a fucking idiot because we're telling you to stick with us at all times, otherwise you are in danger. And she goes, yeah, I know. And then she goes off alone. And we're like, that's... Like, I don't know really how to deal with that. But it's such a difficult thing and, like, a hard balance to find between being kind of like in character dumb but OOC respectful. It's just difficult. It's just hard. I don't think there's ever a proper way to find a balance. But clearly all they're doing is just trying to scare Kiki and not actually trying to do it, because they've had ample opportunities and proven that they've had ample opportunities, because they've driven right up to Kiki with those ample opportunities. To kidnap, shoot, stab, hurt Kiki at multiple locations, and they haven't done anything. So it's just like, they clearly don't actually want to hurt Kiki. They just want to scare Kiki. They just want to make Kiki's life miserable. Stop hiding. Just stop hiding. Just live your life normally. which is... This is also something I'm finding odd. Why is this serial killer the one that actually freaks Kiki out?
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Because all the previous ones, including all of the ones that we've had on Onyx so far, she's just ignored them. It's like, I'm not going to give them power, I'm just going to ignore them. And then eventually they leave her alone. And in this one, Winston and her had this conversation over text. And I was like, what? Like, all of the previous ones, you just ignore them. Why is this one, out of all of them, the one that you like are really upset about? Wait. I'm turning into Carwax now. There's a bit of... I'm assuming he wants Carwax because it's gay bay. Oh no. And I know they're out. This is gonna drive me crazy, by the way. Why is it just choosing random ones? To 40, 50. Carbike stacks in 10s now, yeah. I think it was 5s before, but now it's 10s. Like, why did it choose that one? I moved this one over. Why did it choose this one? I'll get the carbikes eventually. Eventually. Yeah, Kiki says because this one actually does stuff and puts stuff on a doorknob, and I'm like, didn't one of them kidnap you and carve a smiley into you? I was waiting for the UI to load so I can get my second carbikes. Please. Please load. And then yeah, they had the big chat. This is something that's been going on for like 9 years. People do this to Kiki all the time. There is a way of dealing with it. You stand in plain sight. You bait them out. And then as soon as you see them, fucking kill them. There's too much passiveness here. I can't be bothered, Benji. I'm sorry. I'm about to crash out of this fucking UI. Is it on the floor? Brother, where is my other car wax? I can't even see anything in the trunk. There we go. What is wrong with this UI? God fucking damn it. Holy shit. Okay. Some speed. So now I have to drive all the way down to... I can't turn the car on. I can't turn the car on. There we go. Now I have to go all the way down to the farmer's market to buy one more... What's it called? So yeah, he then told Sydney that they should stay in his room because he didn't want them staying in their room because in RP, I guess they could quite easily just sneak into a room and steal Kiki while she's sleeping from Sydney's arms, right? Because that happens all the time. That's totally normal. Like, people don't notice when someone breaks into their room and steals somebody from within their arms without screaming or anything. It's a very, very, very normal thing. Very normal thing to happen. Happens all the time, in fact. Winston's like, you should stay in my room. And Sydney was like, okay, I'll talk to Kiki about that. He texts Sydney about it when he went to bed, and she didn't respond. And then he texted Kiki about it, and she sent TY. So I guess Kiki and Winston's relationship is completely over. Because she wants nothing to do with him. Kind of a little crazy. But I'm also ultimately so fucking bored of Onyx that I'm just not around to even try and salvage the relationship. Please fucking load. Holy fuck. Because I can guarantee how the conversation will go. It'd be Winston being like, hey, why don't you want to talk to me anymore? And she'll be like, oh, well, I don't really feel like you're there for me at the moment. And Winston will go, okay, well, except for the fact that anytime that you need me, you usually tell me, because you'll run over to me and go, hey, I need to talk to you because Sydney's unavailable. And then anytime I need to speak to you, Kiki, you go, I'm in too good of a place to help you, so please leave me alone. Bro, the server's been up for, what, 4 hours? How is it struggling this much? Last time Winston had a massive mental breakdown. You completely ignored him, and then when he finally kind of like managed to sort himself out because nobody would help him, you didn't invite him to the, like, be one of the close people to you at the wedding because you no longer consider him close because he was having a hard time. Pretty much every action Kiki's taken towards Winston since she started dating Sydney has been one of not pushing him away intentionally, but just not actively involving him in her life anymore. It's kind of hard because it's kind of like a, you need to be there for me, but I'm not going to be there for you. And then you're not there for them, and they're like, why aren't you there for me? Especially like right now. Like, I've told everybody in character. I haven't said it OOC, but I've said it in character multiple times. If you need me, text me telling me that you need me, and I'll immediately wake up. The only person who has texted Winston saying that they needed him was Indigo. No, sorry, not Indigo, Edda. Indigo had to go at Winston for abandoning everyone. And it's like, I've told everyone plenty. Text me if you need me, I'll wake up instantly. Actually, who was the other person that needed me? Somebody not Club. I don't know, this guy just doesn't want to fucking talk to me. Poppy, yeah. Poppy sent him a text saying, hey, I need to talk to you. So I woke up to speak to Poppy. So the only two people in the past 3 weeks who have sent anything to Winston, really, has been Poppy and Edda. Gemma sends him basic business stuff, like club stuff. I'm gonna buy a car. Is that okay? I can't see this text message. Choi has texted him more than Kiki has. Elias has texted him more than his own club. Emilia said sorry for fucking up, and he's like, no, you didn't. And then she didn't respond, so I was like, I guess that's the end of that conversation. Colt sent him a text asking to sell him a car. Bruh, holy fuck, just let me buy one goddamn fucking jar. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this fucking... I can't deal with this. I can't fucking deal with this. I'm losing my mind. I'm actually losing my fucking mind. Can I watch this on YouTube?
My birth and past are tainted. I fight to reclaim them each day.
Shield on right click with a 4-second cooldown. Left shift. Okay, interesting. 3-second cooldown on that. What's the E attack? Oh, the E is a jump up on a 12-second cooldown? Let me just have a look at all that again. Right click is the shield. Left shift. That shift has got so much fucking charge. Let me do that again. Sus here. 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds charge. I don't know how long it takes to recharge it. She's always flying. She's a perma-flying tank. Okay. E. Wait a second. Whilst flying, her ears are dropped down, and then she switches weapon. Now she has a new E attack. The E is just swapping between flying and not flying. Her actual damage seems kind of low. Like I'm left click. Because, like, look at these two. They already at half and quarter health. And it still takes the E attack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits to take Strange out.
Now is the time for salvation.
Okay, so it's kind of like a Groot ult. Tie it down, everybody gets tethered to it. They're all taking damage and they can't get out of this circle.
Now is the time for salvation.
But yeah. Oh, that's the team up.
Will destroy you.
I assume it just does more damage.
Overconfidence will destroy you.
I watched the whole video on repeat, and I still couldn't get it to work. I can't leave. I can't leave because the keys aren't working. Her and Thor together doesn't seem like a good tank combo. No, I immediately thought the same thing. Every time that Thor's got to team up with a different tank. Although, no, wait. But Thor's getting buffs. She has a shield. It doesn't look like it's a great shield. The
person you are trying to reach is unavailable. Please.
That shield's more of a personal shield than anything. I mean, so's a... Oh, my God. So's, Magneto's, like, left shift. It's all about positioning. Put yourself in a better position for it. But no, I do agree that, like, Thor and her are both, like, that's a dive tank combo. Same as in, like, first season, you had Captain America. Well, season 0, you had Captain America and Thor. Thor was the anchor, and Captain America would get a lightning shield to get an extra. His main left click would become ranged. But yeah, and then Winston's still a little pissed off. Ultimately, Winston basically was looking for an apology because of the whole... Winston quit all of his jobs from the main sector, and then Kiki called him a fucking moron. Actually, what did she specifically call him? She called him a moron, dumb, and, I can't load text. I don't even know why I'm fucking trying. Server doesn't fucking work. She called him a moron, a doomspiler, and dumb. Whereas Winston didn't insult her once. So he was kind of looking for an apology. And instead now... I can guarantee it's all about... Oh, that's great. I need to buy another fucking... Okay, great. Okay, great. I just actually just completely deleted one of them. That makes so much sense. Whereas Kiki's kind of gone, well, we had a disagreement, but that doesn't matter anymore. This is like, really? I feel like it does. I'm still looking to protect you. I'm still telling everybody to go kill the person. I don't know why everybody's been so passive about it.
Hola. Adiós.
Yep. But Winston now knows that he's not going to get an apology. Four, five, six. Coax for Gabe delivered to downstairs. We. I forgot all my stuff. This isn't even like a 6 or 7 month thing, Penguin. This is like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Essentially, Kiki got a stalker. They changed legislation, so anybody with any felony that's committed. I don't know why most of the club is still working. Like we had the discussion at church, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no. If anybody's in, if these people are in Polito, then shoot them." And I'm like, their whole existence, like I don't know why you guys don't understand it. Their whole existence is to get those businesses shut down. They're using them as safe havens. They want you to commit crime in Polito because they want to arrest you for doing crime in Polito, and then they want to shut those businesses down. They are going to use that law to the fullest and like most cynical way. So either let them walk all over you or do something about it. And if you want to do something about it, you're going to have to quit the businesses. Kyle, thank you so much for the 3 years. I appreciate fuck out of you. How you doing, Kyle? So the text a kill put and was confused, but I haven't been around a whit when I am on Marble letting dispatch a bit. Wait, have you been following for what? Oh, because it's the start of your third year month. I don't know what text you're referring to, Penguin. Basically, they changed the Pierce pan, so if any felony is committed, quote unquote, on grounds, which is hard to define because there are no grounds anymore because there's no property lines. The owner of the business, sorry, the business takes a $50,000 fine and they have to change ownership. And it said any felony. So if an officer tried to detain you and you got in the car and drove off, that's reckless evading, the business gets shut down. And I say the business gets shut down. It doesn't get shut down. It gets a $50,000 fine and the ownership has to change. And the owner's only allowed to change once under this specific legislation. Problem is most businesses can't deal with a $50,000 fine. Last I checked, Go-Go's wouldn't be able to deal with a $50,000 fine. Like, it'd be able to pay it, but it probably wouldn't be able to buy any produce. Park and Walk definitely wouldn't be able to do with it. Gay Bay would be fine. Gay Bay would be fine. Park and Walk would shut down. Hen House would shut down. Meadery would shut down. Go-Go's would probably just be fine, but only just. Actually, I say it would just be fine. It wouldn't be fine because they'll do it once and then they would immediately try and make it happen again. Okay. That was a thoroughly unenjoyable experience. Let's go Henry Rosner. And then go to Project Zomboid. Hey. I haven't tried today's Wordle.